This is an RMK production. Welcome to One Queen, Two Kings, Episode 1. RMK Productions brings you not only One Queen and Two Kings, but Talking with Kevin and Son, Storytime and Wine, and 10 United Podcast Network. I am one of your three dynamic co-hosts for today's show. My name is Marjorie Phoenix, and along with my other co-host, Ray Porch, also known as The Cloud, and the son of Talking with Kevin and Son, Theo. Hey guys, how y'all doing?
We're doing great.
Good.
Excellent.
Good,
Excited
good.
to be here tonight. Let's
I
get
know,
it.
I
Let's
know.
get
We've got to
it.
keep the energy because we've got an energetic bunch with us. And tonight is a little bit different. Even though this is our first episode, we would have Kevin here with us, but he's here with us in spirit. He's a little bit under the weather, so Theo is filling those shoes for him tonight. But we are so excited about this episode because we are kicking off 100 Girls with Curls series. Listen, guys, this is going to be so exciting. You're going to get introduced to some phenomenal girls and women in the community around this country who are just doing amazing things. We are going to be uplifting our women and girls by sharing their stories and promoting their work. Now, we've got an amazing young girl and her mother with us today. We have Miss Ka'Maya Shanelle and her mother, Shana.
Hello.
And, and Shana and her daughter are both authors. That's right. And we would love to hear the story on how this journey of becoming an author began for the both of you.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I am Shana Danielle. I released my book entitled Rise, which is a collection of inspirational poetry, prose, and affirmations in October of 2020. My poetry journey started when I was in the seventh grade. I had a language arts teacher who introduced me to all different type of poets. At that point in time, I had only been introduced to Maya Angelou, and I loved her poem, Phenomenal Woman. And that was in my church setting. And then my dad, he would have me, let's say, recite the poems from memory at a young age. But in seventh grade was when I actually got to write my own. I really was immersed into creative writing and learned about all different styles of poetry. And then I went on to write a poem that's in my book, but it was a shorter version. And it allowed me to win some poetry competitions. I pretty much put a lot of these pieces of poetry together about 7 years ago. And I guess because of imposter syndrome and, worrying about what other people was going to say, I didn't release it. However, in October 2020, I released my book, I fulfilled my purpose, and God allowed me to see what I was supposed to do manifest itself right here with my daughter, Ka'Maya.
And she would used to say, keep rising and keep rising and keep flying.
Keep rising, keep thriving, keep flying. Yes.
I love that.
So a month later, after publishing my book and going to different outdoor socially distant events at the waterfront or virtual events, Ka'Maya was always right there watching. And I know they say the children are always watching. However, unbeknownst to me,
I'm watching more than other kids.
1 month later, Ka'Maya said, Mommy, I want to write a book. And I said, what you want your book to be about, girl?
At first I said I wanted to say that I am myself, but I thought for 1 month.
And then what did you change your title to?
I love myself.
So 1 month later, my daughter came to me. She said she wanted to create a book filled with affirmations and she loved to color. So we also made sure it was a coloring book and it gave workbooks and things for children. And Ka'Maya, the affirmations that you put in the book, we started since she was 2 years old. So Ka'Maya, what were some of the affirmations that we were saying when you were 2?
I am beautiful. I am strong. I am cat.
Now, now listen.
I am cat.
So listen,
And
I'm gonna tell them.
smart.
Yes, let me tell them. So she said I am cat when she was 2 because we had a filter on Snapchat. And the typical affirmation was I am beautiful, I am strong, I am smart, I can do anything.
If I put my mind to it.
Yes. If I put my mind to it, the most important part. But we didn't get that far because Ka'Maya saw the filter on her face with the little cat
And I stood up like a cat.
And she said, I am
cat. I am cat.
But that just showed how, intelligent and how much she paid attention to the details. And now it manifests itself into this book that she released on February 28th of this year, 2021. And she is an Amazon bestseller. Yay, Ka'Maya. And then this little lover of all people, she came up with the idea to donate books.
Yep. To schools that can't afford. 3,000.
We were raising how much money?
We are raising 3,000 money on
$3,000.
$3,000 to give out 300 books, which is going to cost $3,000, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And we're giving it right now to how many schools are we starting with? 3. So
I want to get to 3 million.
Yes.
3,000 million.
Yes, we will get there. We got to shoot for the next galaxy, right? Because this is a big universe. So we're going to make sure our dreams are really big, right?
We need every book on Earth, the sun.
I love
probably
you.
gonna burn.
It's okay, baby girl. So we
and on the moon, on the stars.
Yes.
And we need it on every single planet.
Yes. So Ka'Maya has very big dreams and she wants to just spread joy and positivity to all children. And her book, what can I say? How did you want all children to feel inside of your book?
Great / amazing.
Amen. Great / amazing.
Girl, you give me so much life and inspiration. You really do. You know that you're very special, don't you? Ka'Maya, you know you're very, yes, you are. You were put here for such a time as this and for such a purpose. It is amazing. Okay, I'm going to let Mr. Theo ask you a question now. My mind is just swirling from everything that we've got to help you do because we've got to get all of these books on all of the planets and the stars and everywhere, okay?
Yep.
Mr. Theo?
Yep.
Well, first of all,
And
Ka'Maya,
that's good.
Hold on. Go ahead.
first of all, Ka'Maya, I just wanted to say you might be the coolest 6-year-old girl I've ever met. I don't know any other 6-year-old girl that's written a book, let alone sold it. So I think that's pretty cool. But so what I really want to know about you is how you see the world right now and what you want the world to look like when you're older.
So, how you see the world right now, let's go with how you've been home for the last year. How is it that you feel about the world since you've been home? You got to use your words.
I do not like it. I do not like it while I'm home. For online school, remote school, you can say. I have no intention of continuing that. I have no intention of continuing that.
But how would you?
What I can continue is me going back. That's what I can continue. But I have no intention of continuing remote learning.
Now, how would you like to see the world when you get bigger? Like when you're big like mommy, what is it that you want to see in the world, baby?
Well, how about what do you want to do? What's your dream?
I have had it a lot.
Yeah, you have a lot of dreams. Can you tell him one of them?
Well, one of them are to help the poor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do. They definitely do need a lot of help. There's a lot of people struggling out there that really can benefit from what you're trying to do here. I think that's why your story and your mission is so cool, and that's why you're here sharing it with us, and we're so glad to be the people that get to share it with everybody.
Thank you.
So I think I'm going to pass it over to Uncle Raymond and see what he has to say.
The cloud.
The cloud.
Listen, Ka'Maya, mama, she got a mind like a steel trap, girl. What's going on? You got to stay on your A. You know you got to stay on your A at home. Listen, mine is 22, and I thought I had to stay on my A. You better be on your A. So let me ask you.
That's the confusing thing I've ever heard.
On your A game. So let me ask the two of you this question. So for you, Mom, how is the this discovery and this journey affected you with your friends and people that that you've come up with in terms of the impact, right? For those folks that are close to you and that know you and that you build relationships with, and the same thing for you, Ka'Maya. Like, how's it been with your friends? I bet you're like a superstar with your friends, even though you've been remote. I bet you they're all like, "Oh my God, my friend's Arthur, that's my girl." I bet you get all that. But like, tell us about that.
So for me, I would say that this is all surreal. Sometimes it almost feels as if I'm in a dream. Like it's just, mind blowing, especially because this all happened so fast. Like, I did not expect this. And then with Kamaya's book, we started it as just something that she wanted to do, and it was something creative to keep her engaged with learning because she's not a fan of remote learning, as you've heard. But this was like a research activity. I asked Ka'Maya, what letters, what words do you want to put with each letter? If there was a word she couldn't think of, we would turn to Google and look for positive words for the letter, and she would read them. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe I don't know what this word means. So now it's like, instead of mommy telling you, let's look it up and see what it means. And then when we reached out to the daycares and they said that they could only purchase, because these aren't like, they don't get grant money to purchase books. So when they said that they can only get some books for some children, and she says, well, mommy, let's raise money to, give books to all the children. Then it was another whirlwind because then the media, got a hold of it. And then before you knew it, NBC 10, we posted the GoFundMe on a Sunday. On Wednesday, NBC 10 was like, well, can we come to your house tomorrow or Friday? I'm like, what? So then they came to our house. And then right after that, that's when Channel 6 ABC Action News called. And then we did an interview with them, and then KYW News Radio, and then WHYY. And it was just like this downhill snowball effect. And it was just, oh my goodness. Before her book was even released, all of this media attention came during the pre-order stage. And so, we're just so grateful, to God. And I'm just so appreciative of all the people who have been so supportive at the grassroots. Ka'Maya, how has it been for you as you have become an author? And then maybe tell about your experience when you spoke to a school. We're not going to use the name right now, but a school. And then some children came up and they said something about you and your book. How does it feel? What's going on with you? Remember the little girl ran up to the screen and she says, oh my gosh, it's Ka'Maya.
Yeah, but it's a lot of ways to say it.
Which word do you want to use to describe it?
Fantastic.
Listen, I love fantastic. And guess what? Ka'Maya, that's the appropriate word for you, because I can tell you this. You are a wonderful inspiration. And here's the other secret I'll tell you, as a dad to a daughter. You are so fortunate to have a mommy who has such a wonderful connection, and you guys are sharing this process, this journey together. This is going to forever be a part of you all's relationship. And so, you're just so fortunate, and we are so fortunate for the two of you, that you all have this wonderful passion and this wonderful gift that you're giving everybody else. And we're going to share it. Let me just tell you, superstar, we're going to share it with everybody who's got an ear to listen. We're going to run with this, right? So you all are two incredible girls with curls, and we're so excited, to be able to spend time with you. So I'm going to pass it back over to my teammate, my queen, Miss Marjorie Phoenix.
You know, as I listen to Ka'Maya speak, I think back on a young lady that I heard um, recite a poem in front of the nation in January. And I thought to myself, this girl is a future Amanda Gorman. Do you know who she is, Ka'Maya?
Yes, I have my own poem. Well,
Go ahead.
first I made my affirmations into a book, and then my book into affirmations, and now I'm gonna make my
Book into.
book into a poem, and now I'm gonna make my poem into a super poem.
So can you share with them the couple lines you have? You don't have to say the whole part, but the first couple lines. Tell them.
I am beautiful. I am strong. If you think anything else, you are wrong. I am blessed. I am smart. God loves me with all his heart. When is the last time you said I love myself? I am Ka'Maya Shanelle, author of I Love Myself. Go get a copy at www.colorwithmaya.com. We are doing our GoFundMe to raise $3,000 to give to 3 schools to donate 300 books, and my book is in my bio.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to check out the cat filter when I was 2, it's on my Instagram page. Color with Maya.
All right, show over. You done it all. It's like it's over.
Go ahead, little queen. Do that thing. Do that thing.
Oh, listen, we are going to take all of that information. We're going to definitely share that because we want to help you reach your goal. And I am just going to put this out there right now that you will be a future Amanda Gorman. You will be speaking to this nation, okay? You were put here for a reason, and I can see it already. And I feel so honored. I know my co-hosts do as well, to have had an opportunity to host you on this show and to share, you continue to share, everything that you guys are doing with the world. But do you have any favorite authors or poets that you really look up to? Both of you, Mom and Ka'Maya.
My mom.
So I do poetry, and I could share a piece as well. And I would say that, again, my biggest inspiration, I mean, she's no longer here, but it was Maya Angelou. So I'm going to share a poem from my book entitled Rise. Rise. You can rise. Yes, it seems you're on the bottom right now, making it out. You just don't see how. But what is a diamond before it is refined? Coal, something black and ugly, not even worth a dime. But then it goes through a metamorphosis, like how a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. There is a reasoning for your suffering, although you may not yet understand why, but you can rise. Rise to become everything they said you couldn't be. Rise to become a person they no longer pity. From a seed, flowers do grow, but they must be cared for, or their beauty will never show. Just as a rose, lily, or lilac growing out from nothing, that's something. You got to try that. The pain that you felt was never meant to break you, but to take you higher. It was meant to shape you. You can rise. Don't let the stereotypes keep you oppressed. Show the world you can do it. Give them your best. But don't do it for them. Do it for you. No need to sit around singing the blues because you can rise. Write down your goals and reach for the sky because you can rise. Shoot for the stars. You've got to aim high because you can rise. It won't happen on its own. God's on your side. You can rise. Say it.
You can rise.
Yes, I can rise. Come on, let's all rise. Rise, rise, rise.
Everyone unmute and say, you can rise, or I can rise.
Okay, you ready?
You
can
And rise.
rise. Woo! Love
Yes.
it. Love it. Love it. Love
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wow. What a gift.
it. Theo, I know you had another question lined up.
First of all, I just feel absolutely blessed that we've gotten this opportunity. I am enjoying this immensely. Like this is fantastic. But what was I gonna ask? So I just wanted to ask both of you, what it's felt like and what it's meant to you to have so many people be so supportive and so accepting of what your guys are trying to do and just showing you guys the love that you're trying to bring to the rest of the world.
So I'm not sure if Ka'Maya knows the impact that she's making, but for me, like I'm trying not to cry right now. like I could cry, and I'm trying not to cry, but I'm telling you, it feels so good, especially once you realize what your purpose is and you find the tribe that you're called to help. I mean, this feeling, it feels so good. And um on the process of me writing my book, I had to go on a forgiveness journey, whether it was people I had to forgive of my past or even just forgiving myself. And I found myself trying to run from problems to now I have forgiven and I have healed, and now I'm running towards purpose. So it's just.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Were you guys expecting this much of a response?
No, not at all. No. No, not at all. No, for me, publishing the book, it was more, for me. But what I have learned through sharing my poetry is that while the poetry was just as healing for me in the process, is now a gift for others to heal.
Yeah,
And so, go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I think that's kind of why we're focused on people like you guys, is trying to share the stories and experiences you guys have had, because not only does it help you, but it helps us because we get to take those things and we walk out the door after this call is over and we get to take those things back to our friends, our family, like just random people in our community. And I personally already feel like I just want to go out and give somebody a hug right now. Like you guys made me so happy and so excited to be here. I'm loving it and I'm living in it. Living my best life.
Yes, Theo, I'm telling you, it's amazing. And to just see a glimpse into the future. Sometimes we go through life and I know we say, like, for us, with God, it's just we see something and it's like, oh, it's just a little teeny tiny like paintbrush stroke, and you might see blue, but you don't know if it's a blue for the clouds or the sky, or it's going to be a shirt or on a dress. You don't know what it's for. But as you continue to go on a journey, as you continue to stay faithful, as you continue to be obedient, as you continue to do the work, then more of the picture starts to come in. Or if you're a person that's good with, photography, and a picture seems out of focus at first, it's like as if it's this blurry picture, and you like slowly, turn it, and it's getting a little bit more clear. And every day, our mission and our vision becomes more clear, and it just feels amazing.
Well, let's definitely stay on it, guys. You guys are doing amazing things for everybody, and I'm just so happy. Um, think really quick. I think Raymond might have a one or two more things he wants to talk to you guys about, so I'm going to let him have the floor for a second.
Yeah, thank you, Theo. And so the only other thing I would want to ask, curious about, is in your community. Are you seeing, for you, Mom, are you seeing a ripple effect? Because what you're doing, and I'll speak specifically to our community. Like we need healing in our community. You know what's going on in the news. There's a lot. There's so much that's happening and our babies, our young people are seeing it. And I know Ka'Maya is really bright, and so she probably asks really important questions. And so as you think about what the two of you are doing, this incredible impact that you're making, are you seeing any ripple effects in your community? You seeing other moms, uncles, dads trying to find ways to explore and make an impact the way that you have? Have you gotten those kind of calls, Mom?
So yes, I have, and then I've also seen things on the news. And then sometimes there's always one negative person where somebody will come to me, and like after me and Ka'Maya did our live interview on Good Day Philadelphia, someone came to me maybe like 2 weeks later, and they said someone stole your idea. I said, "What do you mean?" And they said, "Well, I saw another mom, and they had their 2-year-old child on with a book, and they were being interviewed." And I said, "Well, I'm glad. I'm so happy to see more parents making the initiative to help their parents help their children, help their visions come through." I mean, even if you look at some of the great successful millionaires out there, I know that they have said that they wish that when they were younger, that someone helped them with the dreams that they had, because they would be so much farther along on the journey. So I love to see it. I actually want to help more parents help their children become entrepreneurs. They say, like when Donald Trump, started, about how his father gave him $1 million. I may not be in a position at this time where I can just give my children $1 million, but I can help them create it on their own. So I want to help encourage more parents to do that, because if we can set our children up for success, now imagine, like, she's 6, where she's going to be at 16, where is she going to be at 26? I mean, it's the possibilities are limitless. And I don't just want it to stop at her. I don't want the blessings to just flow to us. I want the blessings to flow through us.
Listen, I feel blessed today. So I want to say to you and Ka'Maya, thank you so much for blessing me today with your presence and your wonderful passion and heart and love that you both demonstrate, for not just for everybody else, but for one another. You're an inspiration to me, to my family, and you can rest assured I'm gonna be sharing this with my family, my wife and my daughter. I just am grateful, and I want to thank you personally. Thank you. I'm an educator, 20 years of in education, and so I just am really inspired by the two of you. So please, 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 we're gonna do everything in our power to keep pushing this message. You two are two fabulous girls with curls, and we're very proud of you, and we support you. We're behind you 100%. I think, to your point, Mom, that your purpose is going to be exponential in Ka'Maya's life, and her purpose is going to be exponential in others' lives. So you're doing the thing, and we appreciate you.
Thank you. Ka'Maya wants to share one more thing. What was it you wanted to say, baby?
Well, I wasn't expecting this. The first thing I heard from, the first word that I heard from all of you, I knew that it would be a fabulous interview.
Oh, this has been a fabulous interview, hasn't it? It just feels really good to be on with you guys, and we appreciate all three of you.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much. So that means that the energy we're getting is reciprocal and it's going back and forth here. And, for me as a mom, I got two daughters, and I think that one of the most important gifts we can do is to help them, have their voice in the world, right? Make sure they know who they are so that they can use their voice in the world and support them and to be that role model and mentor for them. And that's such a gift that you have, Ka'Maya, and you have a community. I want you to know that here at RMK Productions, one queen, two kings, talking with Kevin and Sons, and everyone at 10 United Podcast Network. We're your community now. So if there's anything that you need from us to help you, you just let us know.
Thank you so much. And I just want you to know that while we were, in a process of getting ready to wrap up this interview, we just got another email pop up that Kamaya's interview, because we did another one, is going to air on PHL 17 tomorrow morning. The email just popped up. So, I just thank you all for just, being so amazing and bringing this on and opening us up to your network. We appreciate you.
Oh, most definitely. And we look forward to hopefully meeting you guys in person at some point. You're now part of the family. So thank you all for being a part of the first episode for 100 Girls with Curls episode. This is Marjorie Phoenix, along with my co-host Raymond Porch and Theo from Talking with Kevin and Son. We will see you next time. Bye.